Have you ever wondered why some men seem to defy time, walking into a room with youthful energy, glowing skin, sharp presence, and a strong, vibrant aura, while others of the same age appear tired, drained, and aged beyond their years? The secret isn't found in expensive anti-aging creams or fancy diets. It's hidden in their lifestyle, in the way they think, in the discipline they carry, and in how they move through the world. Most men are aging not because of time, but because of pressure, stress, emotional instability, poor habits, and a lack of alignment with their true nature. But there is another path, a path rooted in timeless wisdom, in the ancient philosophy that teaches how to preserve strength, clarity, and power from within. This path is called Stoicism. While the world chases superficial solutions, the Stoic man cultivates inner calm, discipline, detachment from chaos, and unshakable peace, and this internal structure is what radiates through his skin, posture, and energy. He doesn't need injections or artificial youth. He embodies vitality through mindset, lifestyle, and self-command. Today, we're diving into the 10 secret reasons that make a man look and feel younger than his age, all based on Stoic principles and masculine discipline. These aren't random tricks. These are timeless foundations. Principles that will not only keep your appearance sharp, but elevate your spirit, increase your resilience, and make you stand out in a world drowning in weakness. And if you truly absorb what you're about to hear, you'll realize that looking young is a reflection of something much deeper. It's the result of living right, thinking clearly, and aligning your actions with timeless masculine power. So before we begin, I want you to do one thing. If you're serious about becoming the kind of man who ages like wine, who becomes more powerful, more respected, and more admired with each passing year, then drop a comment below saying, "I choose timeless strength." And if you want to, help spread this powerful truth to more men out there who are silently breaking down from stress, anxiety, and poor direction. Hit that subscribe button now and join a movement of Stoic warriors who refuse to let the world age their soul. This video is not just about looking younger. It's about becoming more grounded, more refined, and more disciplined than ever before. Watch it until the end, because the last few reasons might shock you. Now let's begin. The first secret that makes a man look younger than his age is mastering emotional control. Most people underestimate how deeply emotions affect physical appearance. Chronic stress, emotional reactivity, anger, jealousy, anxiety. These internal storms manifest externally. Wrinkles form not only from age but from tension carried in the face. The furrowed brow, the clenched jaw, the exhausted eyes are not signs of time. They are signs of internal chaos. A Stoic man, however, trains himself to detach from things he cannot control. He doesn't allow external circumstances to dictate his internal peace. When everyone else is panicking, he remains calm. When others react emotionally, he observes. This emotional equilibrium protects his mind and body from unnecessary tension. It preserves his face, his posture, his presence. There's a youthfulness in calm energy. You've seen it. Those men who walk slowly, who speak clearly, who never raise their voice but command respect through silence. That's not just personality, it's emotional discipline. And that discipline preserves not only their power but their appearance. The second secret is minimalism of thought and lifestyle. The modern world is flooded with noise, constant stimulation, endless information, perpetual decisions. Most men age faster because their minds are overloaded. Mental fatigue leads to physical fatigue. Constant thinking, multitasking, worrying, overanalyzing, it burns your nervous system and drains your spirit. But the Stoic man practices mental clarity. He doesn't fill his life with clutter. He removes what's unnecessary. He simplifies his schedule, minimizes digital distractions, and curates his environment to reflect order. This simplicity reduces mental noise and keeps the body calm. He does not waste his time chasing trends or being pulled into every social event. He guards his energy like gold. This serenity is what makes him look different. There's no chaos in his aura, no restlessness in his eyes. He is focused, efficient, present, and that presence radiates youth because nothing ages a man faster than mental exhaustion. A clear mind is a youthful mind, and a youthful mind keeps the body alive. The third secret is the cultivation of strong purpose. When a man lacks direction, he decays. You can see it in his walk, in his speech, in his energy. He drifts. He becomes reactive, insecure, indecisive. But when a man wakes up every morning with a mission, a challenge to conquer, a goal to pursue, something strange happens. His body responds. Purpose triggers vitality. Purpose activates discipline. Purpose fuels momentum, and momentum is life force. The Stoic man knows that meaning is the medicine for apathy. He doesn't work just for income. He works to embody excellence. His goals are not for status, they are for legacy. And that fire inside, that deep sense of direction, gives him the glow most people try to fake through appearance. When a man is driven by purpose, his eyes shine differently. His skin radiates energy. His presence becomes magnetic. He doesn't need filters. His energy is filtered by clarity. He doesn't need to fake enthusiasm. His mission gives him vitality. That's why you'll always find men with a mission looking younger, sharper, more alive, because purpose is the antidote to decay. The fourth secret is detachment from validation. Most men waste their best years trying to be liked. They twist themselves to fit in. They change to be accepted. They live in fear of rejection, and this emotional dependency exhausts them. It makes them bitter, resentful, tired. But the Stoic man detaches from external validation. He knows that approval is temporary, and praise is shallow. He does not need applause to move forward. He does not seek compliments to feel good. His worth is internal. His identity is built on principles, not opinions. And that detachment liberates him. He is not drained by social performance. He is not worried about what others think. And that freedom reflects in his face. A man who is free from validation walks differently. He's lighter, freer, more at ease. You can see it in his eyes. There's no desperation, no insecurity, no hunger for attention. And that internal stability keeps his energy youthful. He doesn't age prematurely trying to impress the world. He impresses himself through discipline and integrity. And ironically, this is what makes people admire him even more. Because there's nothing more magnetic than a man who doesn't need to be liked to be powerful. The fifth secret is lifestyle alignment with nature. Most men today live against nature. They stay up late under artificial lights, eat processed foods, spend all day indoors, overstimulate their senses, and disconnect from natural rhythms. This lifestyle drains their body, clouds their mind, and accelerates aging. The Stoic man lives differently. He aligns his lifestyle with natural balance. He rises early, trains his body, eats clean, moves often, sleeps deeply, breathes consciously. He takes time to be in silence, to be in sunlight, to reconnect with simplicity. His day is structured, not rigid but purposeful. He doesn't burn out in chaos. He flows in order. He treats his body like a sacred vessel, not a trash bin. He moves not only for aesthetics, but for vitality. He eats not only to feel full, but to fuel his mission. He trains not only to look strong, but to embody strength. And that daily lifestyle preserves his youth in ways no cosmetic procedure ever could. You can see the difference. While others rely on stimulants to feel alive, the Stoic man generates energy through discipline. While others depend on caffeine and distractions, he cultivates balance and focus. And that inner alignment makes him younger, not just in appearance, but in spirit. The sixth secret that keeps a man looking younger than his age is cultivating deep self-respect. Most men age prematurely because they live out of alignment with their values. They tolerate disrespect, accept mediocrity, and lower their standards, just to feel included or avoid conflict. This erosion of self-respect creates internal conflict, and internal conflict always manifests externally. The Stoic man, on the other hand, lives by principle. He doesn't compromise his integrity for temporary pleasure or shallow approval. He holds himself to a higher standard, not because someone is watching, but because he is. And that internal code becomes his compass. He walks with posture because his values are intact. He speaks with clarity because his conscience is clean. He rests peacefully because his actions are aligned with his beliefs. And this alignment reduces mental and emotional stress, which naturally reduces physical aging. You can see it clearly. Men who walk with self-respect carry a timeless presence. They don't look tired because their soul isn't drained. They don't look bitter because their hearts are not in conflict. They don't look weak because they don't tolerate weakness from themselves or others. Self-respect is not just an internal virtue. It becomes a visible energy that radiates youth. The seventh secret is mastering stillness. In a world obsessed with constant stimulation and hyperactivity, stillness is a forgotten art. Most men think they need to always be doing something, moving, checking, reacting. But the constant state of alertness overstimulates the nervous system, disrupts hormonal balance, and accelerates mental fatigue. The Stoic man seeks stillness. He carves moments of silence into his routine. He disconnects from digital noise and reconnects with his own breath. He learns to sit in solitude without fear, to think without distraction, to observe his emotions instead of becoming them. This practice resets his system. It allows his body to regenerate, his mind to clear, his soul to recalibrate. Stillness reduces cortisol, improves sleep quality, sharpens decision-making, and strengthens emotional resilience. And all of these benefits translate into a youthful body and a centered face. You can instantly notice the difference between a man who lives in constant noise and one who has mastered inner quiet. One looks burnt out, agitated, aged by overstimulation. The other looks composed, sharp, present, and this presence keeps him young without effort. Stillness is not passivity. It is power in its most refined form. And when you learn to master it, your body thanks you. The eighth secret is conscious breathing. Most men spend their entire lives breathing unconsciously, shallowly and inefficiently. But breathing is not just about oxygen. It's about energy, nervous system regulation, and vitality. Shallow breath triggers the stress response, floods the body with cortisol, and disrupts natural rhythm. Over time, this damages organs, weakens digestion, shortens attention span, and contributes to fatigue and premature aging. The Stoic man trains his breath. He breathes deeply, slowly, with awareness. He uses breath work to calm his mind, center his emotions, and energize his body. He understands that controlled breathing is a direct path to controlled living. Breath is the bridge between the conscious and unconscious, between thought and action, between emotion and control. And when he learns to master it, everything changes. His face becomes more relaxed, his posture more stable, his movements more efficient, his eyes more focused. Conscious breathing is a gateway to youth. It activates parasympathetic healing, reduces tension, enhances mental clarity, and optimizes bodily function. The difference between a man who breathes shallowly and one who breathes deeply is visible even before he speaks. One looks tense and restless. The other looks grounded and youthful. Breath is life. Learn to master it and you slow down the aging process from the inside out. The ninth secret is cultivating meaningful relationships. Most men surround themselves with draining people, toxic environments, and unfulfilling conversations. They tolerate company that brings anxiety, not peace. And every day spent around emotional chaos chips away at their vitality. The Stoic man is selective with his circle. He chooses relationships that sharpen him, not dull him. He seeks conversations that expand his mind, not waste his time. He surrounds himself with people who inspire discipline, not mediocrity. And in doing so, he protects his energy. He protects his peace. He protects his youth. Because the people you surround yourself with either energize or exhaust you. They either pull you into distraction or push you toward greatness. A man who lives among tension, gossip, drama, and emotional instability will age faster because his body absorbs that stress. But a man who cultivates peace in his relationships, who communicates with intention, who holds boundaries with strength, he preserves not only his mind, but his youth. Emotional chaos accelerates aging. Emotional harmony preserves vitality. That's why wise men choose peace over popularity and solitude over shallow connection, and that choice becomes visible in their appearance. The 10th and final secret is detachment from time itself. Most men age faster because they are obsessed with time. They fear getting old. They count their years. They compare their progress to others, and they carry the constant pressure of deadlines and expectations. This anxiety around time reflects in their faces and drains their life force. The Stoic man, however, detaches from time. He lives in the present moment. He acts with urgency, but never with desperation. He understands that time is not an enemy. It is a teacher. He doesn't fight the clock. He flows with it. He doesn't chase youth. He embodies timelessness. His presence becomes ageless because his spirit is not burdened by the fear of aging. He doesn't try to look young, he lives young. Through discipline, purpose, peace, and presence, he becomes the man who doesn't try to stop time but instead transcends it. And that transcendence becomes visible in everything he does. While others wrinkle from worry, he smiles from presence. While others rush, he walks with grace. While others fight to remain relevant, he becomes iconic without effort. And this is the deepest truth. Youth is not preserved through appearances. It is preserved through alignment. When you live in alignment with your highest values, your energy becomes light, your body becomes vibrant, your eyes become alive. And that is how the Stoic man defies time, not by resisting it, but by flowing above it. So now that you've discovered the 10 secret reasons that make a man look younger than his age, you begin to see the truth that most men will never realize. Youth is not something you chase. It's something you cultivate. It's not bought in a bottle, achieved through surgeries, or found in external fixes. Youth is a reflection of alignment. When a man aligns his lifestyle, his mindset, his discipline, and his emotional strength with timeless principles, he begins to transcend the superficial and enter a state of grounded energy that radiates from within. That's why a man who walks the Stoic path doesn't just age slower. He evolves differently. His body doesn't carry the weight of guilt, desperation, chaos, or weakness. It carries discipline, order, clarity, and internal peace. And that internal state is what the world sees, even when they don't understand what they're seeing. They call it charisma, charm, presence, but what they're really witnessing is a man who has chosen to master his life from the inside out. The man who lives in constant anxiety, reaction, and self-betrayal will always look older than his years. But the man who stands rooted in principle, who walks slowly but purposefully, who breathes deeply, who smiles with presence, who speaks with calm precision, that man becomes ageless. Because youth is not about denying age, it's about living without internal decay. Think about this. The men you admire most, the ones who age with power, grace, and clarity, they aren't obsessed with looking young. They're obsessed with living right. Their routines are tight. Their purpose is defined. Their energy is clean. Their circle is intentional. Their presence is unshakable. And because of that, time begins to bend around them. They may grow older in years, but their vitality, their presence, their sharpness, it remains untouched. Not because they chase it, but because they live it. That's what Stoicism teaches us. That beauty, power, and youth are not about manipulation of the body, but mastery of the self. And when you understand this, you stop fearing age. You start embracing structure. You start choosing peace over chaos, purpose over pleasure, discipline over distraction. And in that decision, you find something most men will never experience: freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from pressure, freedom from comparison, freedom from chasing. And that freedom is what makes you radiant. That freedom is what gives you the youthful glow others try to imitate. So here's your final truth. The world is constantly trying to age you, not just in body, but in spirit. Every notification, every distraction, every addiction, every shallow habit is a slow erosion of your essence, and unless you build a fortress within, Unless you create structure, discipline, intention, and stoic clarity, you will age faster than your years. But you now know the path. You know that real youth comes from the inside out, from a calm mind, a focused mission, a healthy body, a pure circle, a strong breath, a detached heart, a well-rested soul. These are not just philosophies. They are weapons. They are tools. They are rituals. And if you commit to them, your energy will begin to shift. You'll walk differently, speak differently, think differently, and people will feel it. They won't understand what changed. They'll say you look younger, sharper, more magnetic, but you'll know it's not about age. It's about energy. And your energy will be unshakable because you've chosen to live differently. And now the choice is yours. You can let this video end and return to the distractions. Or you can take this message as a command, a call to restructure your life, to strip away what's aging your soul and begin building what preserves your essence. Begin training your body not just to look good, but to feel powerful. Begin cleaning your mind, not just to think clearly, but to breathe freely. Begin elevating your discipline not just to achieve more, but to feel lighter, sharper, calmer. This is your moment. Not a motivational speech, but a wake-up call. If this video struck a chord with you, then don't let it fade. Take action. Start implementing. Start removing chaos. Start building clarity. Comment below right now. I choose timeless energy. That's your declaration. That's your signal to yourself that you refuse to rot in the same mediocrity most men accept. And if you believe this message needs to reach more men who are silently crumbling under stress, pressure, and confusion, hit that subscribe button and be part of a movement. Not a trend, not a gimmick. A movement of stoic, focused, powerful men who refuse to be victims of time. This is the standard now. This is the path. No more chasing youth. No more fearing age. Just living with so much purpose, discipline, and peace that youth becomes your natural state. Let this message echo in your mind long after this video ends. The glow you seek is not found in the mirror. It's found in your daily habits. The presence you desire is not created by style. It's crafted by substance. And the power you crave is not won in a crowd. It's forged in silence. The world will tell you to chase, to compare, to perform, but you are not the world. You are the exception. You are the quiet force. You are the fire within, and that fire, when tamed by discipline and guided by wisdom, never burns out. It only burns brighter with time. So rise. Rise as the man who commands time instead of fearing it. Rise as the man whose soul remains light even as the world gets heavier. Rise as the man who looks in the mirror and sees not age but legacy. And when others ask what your secret is, simply smile, because you'll know the truth. It was never about how you looked. It was always about how you lived.